Guys and dolls, I really did think that I'd seen it all and that this situation couldn't get any more messy. Then Boris Johnson, Bojo the clown, and the British government had to open its darn mouth. And by opening its mouth, I don't even think they realise the can of worms that they are opening. For the last freaking time, to the tough-nosed, gammon-faced, pot-bellied, unspiced, dehydrated, unmoisturised, racist mafia clan of the British upper classes, leave Meghan Markle alone. Leave her alone. How many times does she have to win and embarrass you? So just after Meghan's second win against the Daily Fail, Boris Johnson and the government are now chiming in and claiming that they are going to examine the law. This should send an absolute chill down the spine of everyone in the British public. The fact that the British Prime Minister is now talking about this and even suggesting that they can now change something that is written in law, this just shows you how in bed political figures in the UK are with the Murdoch and Rothermere press. It is not and should not be within the Prime Minister's power to snap his fingers and change a law. That is not how the law works. And if that is how the law now works, should we just concede that Britain is turning into a dictatorship? They are now literally bullying a woman of colour at government and international level. What the bloody hell is this? I have never seen anything like this. I was doing some more digging, and this here Mr. Rothermere has been photographed with several prominent UK figures, including Boris Johnson, David Cameron, several members of the royal family, including William, Kate, Phil, Sophie Wessex, Ford Fiesta, the Queen, and in one picture next to her, Sajid Javid, who is the current health minister who has zero medical qualifications, so goodness knows what strings were pulled and what deal with the devil he made to get that job. And also former Labour Prime Minister Gordon Brown. So this corruption with the press goes across parties left and right. Nobody here is innocent. Keep in mind that Charles already won a copyright case and there was no cause to re-examine the law back then. So why is it only a problem now for the black biracial one when she got justice? They have fully shown what a disgusting bunch they are. There should be no illusions anymore that Meghan is being targeted, literally targeted now. And how pathetic is it that an entire unroyal 300-year institution and the government can come down on this one woman? This is how triggered they are by her or anyone else that doesn't look like them, that dares to not only enter their realm, but show them up for the useless and mediocre bunch that they are. I am literally speechless, guys, and I'm sure you can hear the anger in my voice because I am genuinely angry. This has now gone so far beyond anything that I could have imagined, and it's really just lifted the veil on the level and extent of corruption. They're out here calling for, freedom of press and freedom of speech. Well, that needs to include a very clear separation between the free press and the government. But right now, they're in bed with each other. The fact that Rothermere can snap his fingers and have Boris Johnson mouthing off on his behalf, this is incredibly dangerous. The fact of the matter is that what Meghan has done is she's created a case where the normal members of the public now have a very public, high-profile case to reference to if they too are done wrong by the British tabloid press. This is partly how common law is created, and this is why they have worked so hard to make it look like it was Meghan on trial and that this is somehow a disservice to freedom of speech, when actually this is a win for the people and, as usual, the absolute idiots who continue to read and believe these tabloid press. And we know what the primary demographic is, will continue to shoot themselves in the foot and see Meghan as the problem. If they want to amend the law, I dare them, because I have a lot of questions when it comes to the royals and the government. There were multiple pages from a report looking into the Jimmy Savile sex abuse scandal that were redacted because they mentioned the royals. Surely it's in the public interest to know why that was. If Meghan's letter to her father was in the public's interest, surely then we should know what was in Prince Philip's will. They really do not want to drag their own personal skeletons out in the streets for all the peasants to see, which is why I honestly believe that this is just hot air and men with overblown egos puffing their darn chests. However, it doesn't take away from just how vile it is. And then, just as I was winding down yesterday and the William video that I posted went up, the press previews came out and this little beauty pops up. This is the front cover of the Daily Fail today. When I tell you I screamed when I saw this nonsense. So days after your sister wins a court battle against the Daily Fail, you appear on the cover. Please make this make sense. The not so invisible contract shows it's behind again. Two things have got to be going on here. Either this is payment to the devil for not helping the Daily Fail win the case against Meghan, or William actually thinks that this is going to make him look good, or both, I don't know, but one has to wonder, what the hell do these tabloids have on him? I know we always joke about him, frolicking in the rose bushes, but honestly, everyone, I think there's something more to this, and I have my suspicions about what that something more is, but I'll refrain from saying it at this time. But onto the cover itself. Oh boy. You know what I loved about Prince Harry's The Me You Can't See is that he made it about others. He brought on normal people to talk about their experiences. He publicly did a therapy session showcasing techniques so that normal people would not feel the stigma of getting treatment. He mentioned to Oprah about how the pandemic was not an equalizer, that others, especially those of lower income, have suffered. He made it about others. With William, it's just me, 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 me. And this story apparently happened a while ago. Why is this being brought up now? And yet we haven't heard you say a single word about your sister-in-law and what she went through. He is really trying to pull everything out of the bag, not just to distract from what has happened with the Meghan case, but also to promote his Walking in the Woods fitness soundtrack, whatever it is he's got going on with Apple, just another copycat from the Sussexes. It's a whole mess. And you know what? Boris Johnson and the British administration need to sit down, eat their food, and go back to ruining the country. Leave Meghan alone, because she is an American citizen and they don't want to be starting something. There are so many scandals that I could bore you with in this video, things that are going on right now on Her Majesty's Island that they need to be paying attention to instead of Meghan. Leave Meghan alone. I will end by saying shout out to the squaddies on Twitter who pointed out that they had him in a hat to draw attention away from his 3 hairs. That's all I'm going to say for now. I'm sure there will be more discussion about this on Sussex Squad podcast in detail, and also Baron is doing a podcast today. I'm going to try and get this up as soon as possible as to not clash with the Sussex Squad podcast. Sorry if it clashes a little bit with the beginning, but I really just want to get this out as soon as possible. I will definitely have another video out later on today in the evening, so do check back. Enjoy Sussex Squad Sunday, and I'll see you later, my lovelies. Ciao.